Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2023 Australian Darts Open, and we're back to the men's competition. Let's welcome to the stage from South Australia, a semi-finalist here 12 months ago, the Hunter, Scott Hallett! And we now bring to the stage a man that will be representing Australia at the forthcoming WDF World Cup. From Victoria, the Python, Brandon Weening!
Welcome back, ladies and gents, for game number 6. And back to the men's competition from Group 7. Brandon Weening taking on last year's semi-finalist Scott Hallett. Kelvin has returned from his well-deserved break and joins me in the commentary box.
Thank you, Anthony. Yes, young Scott made quite an impression last year. Brandon Weening, of course, let Neil Duff off the hook in his first match last night. Neil Duff scraping through. Brandon couldn't quite take control of that game and finish the match off, but I'm sure we'll be looking to make an impression tonight. Part of the Australian team heading to Denmark.
First leg, it's Brandon Foe first. Game on.
Our referee once again, Marco Meyer.
$114.
Brandon off to a flying start.
$100.
Yep, this is Brandon's third
41.
time playing in the Australian Darts Open. Back in 2019, didn't make it out the group, lost 5-3 in both his matches to Aaron Morrison and David Platt. And last year, a 5-3 loss to Mitchell Clegg, and then a 5-0 loss to Jeremy Fagg, saw him leave the competition. As we say, Scott Hallett, massively good run last year, reaching the semis. Defeated Jamie Rundle 5 legs to 1, Mal Cumming 5 legs to 3, before he dispatched Jelle Klassen 6 legs to 5 in the quarters. Then lost to eventual finalist and runner-up Hopai Puha by 8 legs to 6.
114.
He's made quite an impression.
Okay, the new Mr. Harvey.
$140. Scott, you require
John, a
136.
major figure, key player in the establishment of this event. Now in its third year. And going from strength to strength.
And long may it
58.
continue.
Brendan, you require 99.
99 then for Brandon, who I think can feel a bit aggrieved at his result yesterday. Lost 5-4 to Neil Duff and probably should have won the match. He was 4-1 in front.
78.
Should have been a 5-2 winner
Yeah.
on any other normal day for Brandon. But Neil Duff, not the world champion for any reason. Just took out the finish when the opportunity presented itself.
That's Game Sean.
As Scott Hallett has just done there.
Scott Hallett. Second leg, it's Scott to
Neil's
throw
in the audience
first.
tonight,
Game on.
along with Arlene de Graaf, Lisa Ashton, and our number 1 seed, Andy Bartons.
Yep, good to see the players not playing tonight, just coming over to support the event. What a 180 that is. There was room for another 12 in there.
180.
Hi, buddy.
$140.
Great response from Brandon Weening.
Weening, of course, a massive name in Australian darts. Dad Wayne, quite the player.
Yes, he
Hello.
125.
World Pairs Championship at the World Pairs Trophy at the WDF World Cup with Keith Sullivan. Won the Swedish Open. And the winner of
100.
every major trophy in Australia. Well known throughout the darting world. Here's Dad Wayne.
$50.
Quarterfinals of the Lakeside World Championships. Cameraman taking a photo of the cameraman.
100. Scott, you require 146.
Yes,
Remco looks chuffed with himself.
yes, don't forget the audience, please. Don't forget the audience. This
48.
evening's show being
Brendan, you
directed by
require
that famous
161.
director, Emu, who's joined us this week to lend us the benefit of his experience and expertise. The famous Emu. Ooh.
119. Scott, you require 98.
98 then, young Scott. Requires for a 2-0 lead.
And a leg that he had 5 perfect darts at the beginning. All he needs is 2 perfect darts here.
That's
And
Game
they are
Sean in the
there.
second leg. Scott Hallett.
Certainly brought that finishing along
Third
with him
leg is
again this
Brendan
year.
to throw
Scott
first.
Hallett.
Game on.
Yep, certainly seems to have picked up where he left off.
Brandon by trailing by 2 legs. Will not give up this fight easily.
59.
Although must be wondering what he has to do to win a match. When he really did have Neil Duff on toast last night, but didn't quite put him away.
60.
Waterboy Liam. Hashtag Waterboy.
And what a boy he is.
$100.
Been a tremendous help this week, and you know, the last fortnight. We've been here for 2 weeks now in the lovely Moama. We get to go home on Monday.
100.
Couple of likely lads just coming through the door. Laurie Locke and Robbie King.
60.
Next match on this evening is Queenslander Kai Smith against the man from Port Hedland, Ronald Nakada.
100.
Oh,
Duff and the mods.
could someone get some assistance to Rob Modra, please?
Looks like he needs some
Professional guidance.
80.
quite the character, our Robert.
Oh, he's an absolute maniac.
Hope you fed my dogs. There you go.
They'll be barking mad if you didn't.
Oh, the tail wagging the dog.
130.
Super darts from Scott Hallett. 107 when he returns. Brandon back in 202.
$98. Scott, you require 107.
So as we've said, Scott's finishing has been remarkable. Will it continue to be so? Not this time. That's a
91.
great last start.
Brandon, you require
Brandon's been under pressure
104.
with every shot at the finish so far. Alec finds himself again. 104, needing to take it out. So Scott requiring just double 8 for a 3-0 lead.
18 route it is. Very unlucky. That would have left double 16 had it found the treble.
$56. Scott, you require
So
60.
for a break of throw and a 3-0 lead, Scott Hallett needs 16.
Yeah, that's
Indeed
King
he
short
does.
in the third leg. Scott
Well,
Scott Forward
Hallett
leg and
3,
Scott to throw
Brandon
first.
Weening
Keep.
0 in his best of 9 legs. Brandon just shaking his head in the background there. Janine Casa, one of our competitors later on tonight. She'll take on Nicole from New Zealand.
100.
That will be our penultimate game this evening. Scott Hallett averaging not far off a ton at the minute.
60. $100.
Very consistent, Scott Hallett. What can Brandon Weening do to bring himself back into this game?
I think he just needs a good leg with a nice finish just to
45.
up the confidence a little bit. He did say to me after his game yesterday, he went, I'm disappointed, but no point in dwelling on it. Just pick myself up and start again tomorrow.
140.
Finds himself facing something of a hurricane in Scott Hallett.
And I think if Scott continues to play like this, we won't be surprised if he goes deep in the tournament yet again.
60. Scott, you require 161.
1-6-1 then, and under no immediate pressure, so doesn't need to take it out.
Brandon back on 336.
Yep, needing a taxi to get to a finish.
70.
There's Flex.
Tried so hard tonight again.
He did. 2 more 5-0s to go with his 2 from last year.
Really no reflection on his day-to-day darting ability. Just can't seem to bring it to the stage. He'd be bitterly disappointed.
59. Scott, you require 91.
But will no doubt be trying again next year.
Oh, absolutely. And he had a warm embrace for his opponent after the game and gave me a smile as he shook my hand before he left the stage.
Oh, look, he just loves the sport. Great sportsmanship. I've never seen him show any form of anger or disappointment. Just frustration.
And to look at him, you would think he is a formidable person with the muscles and the tattoos, but an absolute gentleman.
Yes, absolute. Really is a...
41. Scott, you
loves the
require
gym.
63.
Loves keeping himself fit. And loves his darts.
Scott will be loving double 12 if he can hit it. Double 6 for a 4-0 lead.
57.
Oh. He's left himself the Ashdown.
Well, Brandon back on 236. We'll be looking for a 140 minimum score here to try and put some pressure on Scott Hallett.
Needs 1 treble at least.
60.
No.
Scott, you require 6.
It's an awkward double unless you're Richard Ashdown, so you may decide to go 2 double 2.
What are you trying to say?
He's the best double 3 hitter in the world, without question. And yes, he does go 2 double 2.
No score.
Well, that's a wide. Now, I'll tell you a story about that in a minute. As we watch Brandon Weening finally finding the trebles he's desperately needed.
Scott
Pressure on
requires
Scott Hallett
6.
to take this out. And if he can't clear his mind of hitting the wrong double when he made the switch.
May go straight for it this time. Big step over to the left.
Yeah, the dart falling at the wrong angle, blocking his route. Ooh.
That makes life very awkward.
No score.
Well, to be.
Brandon, you
How many
require
times do we see this where a
14.
player switches, doesn't hit it, and then his opponent bangs in a big score and finishes off to take the leg?
We go from double bottom to double top.
That's came
there you
short
go.
of the forward line. Brandon Weening.
Brandon Weening snatching victory from the
Fifth
jaws
leg
of
is
defeat.
Brandon to throw
Offers a hand
first.
up an apology for winning that leg. To be fair, a leg he had no business winning.
Game
Hallett
on.
was well in front.
Well, it's not over till Fat Lady sings.
Exactly that. So yes, the story. We go back to the Dutch Open of a few years ago, and our esteemed referee Marco Meyer was playing pairs with Nick Rolls
58.
on the TV lanes at the Dutch Open, no less. And it just so happened they had 6 remaining, and as if by magic, little Richard walked into the room at exactly the right moment. Came down to watch his colleagues
100.
and was asked by, I believe it was Nick, might have been Marco, just offered him a dart and said, would you like to throw for double 3? And Richard went, yes, of course, took the dart, first dart, boom, double 3, then walked away. The best in the business at hitting double 3.
Tremendous.
100.
There was a thing on social media a long time ago, and the question was asked of darts fans, if you could choose, if your life depended on it, and you had to choose one person to hit one double, who would you choose? That was my answer. Richard Ashdown,
Richard
double
Ashdown.
3. Every day of the week.
94.
Richard, of course, our tournament advisor. Does a wonderful job with the MCing and the spotting.
140.
One of, if not the hardest working man in darts.
Yes, tremendous amount of knowledge and expertise. And a very close friend of mine, Richard Ashdown.
56.
And it was myself and Richard who first created the concept of this event in the World Cup somewhere
133.
on our travels, and having a drink late one night in the bar, and I was trying to glean as much knowledge as I could from the computer brain of Richard Ashdown.
100.
And we devised
Only you
the
require
dream
70.
of having a televised event in Australia.
And just look at how that dream has come to fruition.
Yes, it was quite emotional the first year for me personally in 2019. Seeing it all come to fruition.
Yeah, that's
And
getting
Brandon
short of
Weening.
the fifth
Well,
line.
His
Brandon
game's
Weening.
starting to come to fruition. That's 2 in a
Six
row now.
lines got through first.
Scoreline 3-2 in favour of Scott Hallett over Brandon Weening. And suddenly the game has changed. These short formats can do that. Best of 9.
Scott's power scoring has
81.
left him momentarily. That first start, leaving 500.
$44.
Not what he was needing. Like he must win to get back on level terms.
$76.
Seems to be kicking that hockey quite a bit, Brandon. Trying to find a spot.
I love the
95.
little idiosyncrasies that darts players have. He did it yesterday as well. He kicks the hockey maybe 3 or 4 times, then lets fly. I've seen players kick the hockey. I've seen players just place a foot on top of the hockey before they take their spot. All these little things that
95.
just become routine for a darts player.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
$41.
So, Scott Hallett in the driving seat. At the moment,
Yep, 72 points in front plus these. The snack cam's
Snack
back.
Cam's back.
Good man. Oh, hello.
125.
Let fly with the last one. Finds the 5, but gets him right back into the leg now. Only 8 points separating them. 12 darts thrown apiece. What a time for a 180.
180.
Absolutely magnificent from Scott Hallett.
Really piles the pressure on.
1, 2, 3. Only 3 kicks this time.
$43. Scott, you require 24.
So just wilting under the pressure that Scott Hallett has put on him. Double 12. Double 6 for a 4-2 lead. To go 1 away from the match. Oh. And decides to bust it. Good thinking,
you
Batman.
require 153.
153 for Brandon.
Taking a chance, other than going for the double 3. But the way Brandon's been playing,
Shots
oh
on.
well.
Shots on.
Oh my days.
Here we go.
Oh my God!
Oh, that is
Wonderful
6-5.
darts.
Brandon.
Brilliant finish. Punishing Scott there for not taking the opportunity of taking that 24. Got a bit carried away there.
I have no words.
Seconds,
That is
Brandon
amazing.
First.
That is always the way. You
And that big finish levels the
Game
score,
on.
3 apiece.
you refuse a shot at the double and your opponent takes out an absolute mammoth finish.
That might just well sit in the mind of Scott Hallett. And I'm sure that's given Brandon much more confidence.
41.
Outstanding stuff from Brandon Weening.
Seen him hit lots of big finishes at the Australian Championships.
140. $58.
Well, 41 and 58 from Brandon. Still leaves him 41 points adrift of Scott Hallett plus these.
97.
And it's certainly looking like Hallett's not letting that incident at the end of the last leg affect him too much.
Now led away with a 140, backed it up with a 97. Brandon back on 402.
I'm still dumbstruck at the 153. That was amazing stuff.
Well,
40.
He's a very talented youngster, dedicates his life to the sport, and it's no surprise that, given the opportunity, he can take out the big finishes.
Definitely. All I can say is, Brandon Weening, I'm sorry I doubted you.
$26.
Now then.
An opportunity to bring himself back into this leg.
Yep, 2 big trebles and he's near enough on par with Hallett.
And there's one.
100. $58.
Well, still 82 points in front. 12 darts thrown apiece. Brandon may need to utilise the 18s here. Good marker for the treble. Yes, back to the 20s now.
92.
That leaves him the big fish when he comes back.
$81. Brandon, you require
So,
170.
we've seen one big finish. Can we see another from Brandon Weening?
This would raise the roof here at the Moama Bowling Club. 60-60 bull to lead for the first time. Not to be.
96.
Great last start though.
Scott, you require 99.
Ah, it's the wife.
And she's with another man.
Tops. Well, they went for it.
59. Brandon, you require 74.
74, it should be 3 14s to leave 2 16s. $20 for tops. Tops for the lead for the first time in the match.
34.
No.
Scott, you require 40.
So for a break of throw and to throw for the match in the next leg, Hallett needs tops. Two tens.
And
it's there.
Short in the 7th lag. Scott Hallett. 8 lag, it's Scott to throw first.
Has the advantage in this leg. Leads by 4-3. Scott Hallett over Brandon Weening.
Completely halted the momentum that Brandon Weening was building. And now throws for the match and to eliminate Brandon Weening from the competition.
$125.
That's off in a great fashion with a 1-2-5. Brandon with it all to do. Needs to respond.
I think we'll be having a short interval after this one just to give the
58.
staff a quick break. 5 or 10 minutes or so.
And then we'll be back with Kai Smith and Ron on the Carter. Kai Smith, one of last night's losers.
44.
Yep, Kai, the number 8 seed for this one. It was a late replacement.
Yes, for Tahuna Irwin, another Kiwi, who unfortunately couldn't make the journey after accepting his invitation.
140.
Tahuna himself was a replacement for Ben Robb, who also had to decline his invitation due to getting married. So I think we can let him off with that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
85.
A champion player and a champion bloke. He's the big rig.
Bull.
Oh,
hello.
42 instead.
Excellent, excellent darts.
Tops when he comes back. Brandon Weening back on 258. In real trouble.
Needs a treble. Desperately. Desperately.
$60.
No.
Can the Scot finish his match off with 40?
It could be all she wrote.
To take the match 5 legs to 3.
Slight adjustment downwards. Just like that.
And takes victory.